Welcome back, family. We're here for the final order cutoff books of interest for May 13th, 2024. This is Team Ohana. I'm your host, Rich, and let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to pull this one up here. I think this is the most tabs I've seen on here for a long time. Now, what do I mean by a book of interest? Every week, we try to do a show for the books of interest for final order cutoff. So if you are signed up for a pull list with your LCS, this is your last chance to get these particular books. It's just like a last shout out. So what I consider to be book of interest is any number one, whether it's a one shot, a mini series, or a new series launch. I try to let you know every number two as well. You might have been in the store, somebody mentioned number one, you picked it up just on a whim, you read it and went, wow, this is really good. So I'll give you a courtesy reminder that if you like number one, here's your last chance to order number two in advance. A second printing of a number one, or third, fourth, 12th, whichever, because there are a lot of people that love collecting those multiple printings. And why not? And if I find out that there's a first appearance of a character, if I see that there's really, really cool artwork, something that really stands out. All artwork is great. Everything that they do is better than anything I could ever do. But some of them are whoa, I want to buy that comic just for that artwork. Or really, really bad artwork. We've had a few of those lately too. And let me see, is there anything else? Well, I guess if I call something out, you'll see it. So let's get right into this list, shall we? Move that cursor over to the correct screen. And we're jumping in with Bear, Pirate, Viking, Queen. This is a three-part series from Image Comics, and this is a second printing of number one. So if you missed that first one and you want to get a chance for a second printing, or you just like those second printings, there's your reminder. And usually when you get the second printing of number one, that's your reminder at the same time to order number two. So if you like number one, you want number two, there's your courtesy reminder. From Image Comics, we have Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. I sounds like a really interesting title. It looks like really good artwork, and let's see where that one goes. From Image Comics also, we've had Duke, we've had Cobra Commander, we've had all these different characters. Scarlet is getting her own little 5-part series. So if you want to read this one along with so many other people, make sure that you pre-order number one. This is cover A, a lot of different covers. Unless one really jumps out at me, I'm not going to run through all the different covers. I'm sorry. Image Comics also has a one-shot. This is the second printing of White Trees from Chip Zdarsky. So if you missed the first print and you don't want to wait for an Image first reprint, you just want to spend the $5.99 to get a second print, or if you just want a second print, there you go. So like I said, it's a one-shot, but it's Chip Zdarsky. Moving into Boom Studios, we have Profane number one. This is a cover A from Javier Rodriguez. Looks really good artwork. I like that. We don't have an image on this one, but it is the Batman Gotham Gaslight number one facsimile edition. There's a couple different covers of this as well. So if you want to get that facsimile of Batman Gotham Gaslight number one, there you go. Also, if you want a facsimile edition of a book that, let's be honest, most of us will never be able to afford, Mad Magazine number one. So I saw that. I thought that was really cool. For $3.99, you can get yourself a facsimile that you didn't think they would ever make. My Adventures with Superman, issue number one of 6 from Carly Squateri. Very distinctive artwork style. Speaking of artwork, this is not a first appearance. It's not a number one, but dang. You sometimes on DC, it seems like you're getting some of the best artworks on the Harley Quinn and the Poison Ivy books, and this one is no exception. This one is just beautiful. Oh, God, the detail that went into this. Kudos to Chris Bacalo. I'm going to say, I assume it's Bacalo. But, oh, man, $4.99, that black cover. Oh, and it lends itself to so many nice little signatures that you get in white or light green. Beautiful book. The Boy Wonder number 2. So if you like number 1, remember this is a Black Label book. So it's Jason Todd's story here. If you want to get this one, is your reminder. Moving on to Marvel, we have the Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt, that series that's going on through so many different street level books. Reminder for number 2. We have Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe #1 facsimile edition, just in time for the Deadpool movie. We're going to be having tons of Deadpool books. You know that, especially Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, because he's Marvel Jesus. So, also we have the second printing of the Deadpool Wolverine World War III number 1. And since that's coming out at the same time, we're getting issue number 2 of Deadpool Wolverine World War III. The Daredevil giant size, nice picture of Fisk there on the cover with him, is, remember, giant size and annuals are not included in your subscriptions. So if you subscribe to a title, you get 12 books for 12 months. You don't get your giant size and your annuals. If you want those, you have to know when they come out and add them to your pull list. They should have just a checkbox that you say, yes, add the annuals in, but they don't do that. Gojira! King of Monsters #1, the facsimile edition, is going to be coming out. That's one of my favorite books, and I was able to get a nice 9.8 of that last year. And I still order this one, as you can see. Strange Academy Blood Hunt #2. So if you liked issue 1, want to continue reading, here's your reminder. The Thanos Annual #1. Again, annuals are not included in your subscription. So if you want the annuals, you have to order them separately. The X-Men Blood Hunt Jubilee #1. So she's getting her own little run in this Blood Hunt saga. And that's the cover A. But honestly, and I've talked about this artist in the past, that they're very hit or miss. I think we got a hit here. I love the Peach Momoko variant on this. And this is just a regular, it's not an incentive variant, it's just a regular variant. But I think anytime Momoko fills in artwork behind, it's not like just a solid color. This is almost negative space-ish. And this is good. I like this. That's watercolor at its finest. So if you like that issue also, don't forget to add that one to your pull list. X-Men Heir to the Apocalypse #1, who's going to be coming out. I don't know if that's a one-shot or a storyline, but we're going to find out, aren't we? I had to put this one in here. It's a hardcover. We got the hardcover edition of Lilo and Stitch Ohana. So there is a paperback also. Bear in mind, this is $20. The paperback is, I think, $13.99. So if you want to get yourself a nice little book of it, go ahead. Space Ghost #2. If you got #1 and you read it, and you liked it, which I'm sure that you did if you did the first 2, then you got to make sure that you get on there and pre-order #2 and check out all the covers while you're there. There's a few nice ones in there. The Thundercats #1 Jay Lee line art Virgin DE exclusive variants blah 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 from Dynamite Comics, only $4.99. So for $4.99 you get one heck of a long title. But if you like that and you want to order it, then go right ahead. Going to Dynamite now, we had the Vampire Dark Reflections #1. That's the cover A, the Frizzen. Frizzen always does such great work. We had the Al Capone Vampire #0 cover A. This is from American Mythology. Now, at first I would say no, but I remember the American Mythology horror books have been doing very well lately. So if you're a fan of those American Mythology horror books, you might want to add this one to it. And while you're at it, there is a cover B in the old Tales from the Crypt and horror homage format. And that actually looks pretty cool too. You might want to add that one to your collection. In Vault Comics, we have Barbaric Born in Blood #2. So if you read #1 and you liked it, there's your reminder. From American Mythology Productions, we just spoke about them. We have Beware the Witch's Shadow, Fangs for the Memories, #1. For anybody not knowing, Thanks for the Memories, that was a Bob Hope song. Bob Hope was an entertainer that probably passed away before majority of you guys were born, but I remember him very well because I'm old. Burning Maid, #1 from Scout Comics. From Oni Press, we have Cult of the Lamb, #1. And I saw a few of the other covers. They're all cute and horrible at the same time. It kind of follows that whole stray dogs type of thing. So they really started something with stray dogs, didn't they? By the way, anybody reading Feral, tell me if you like that as well. We had Dick Tracy, #1 from Mad Cave Studios. This is the second printing. So if you missed #1, you want to get it, or you just want to pick up a second printing, add that to your pull list. And at the same time, if you like #1 and you want to order #2, this is your last chance to do it. From Dark Horse Comics, we have Heart Piercer, #2. You like #1? You want #2? Here's your reminder. Also from Dark Horse, but we have Joy Operations 2, #1. Don't get that, make you think that's a #2. This is Joy Operations, I guess the second story, #1. So, and when I first saw cover art by Byrne, I'm like, oh no, not John Byrne. Jeez. Boy, how my brain trains in on one thing. Isn't it funny? From a Wave Blue World Incorporated, we have Mezzo, Trial of Rodin, #2. So if you like #1 and you want #2, this is your reminder to get it. From Ahoy Comics, we have My Bad Escape from Peculiar Island, #2. That's your reminder. If you saw #1, you liked it, you want #2, buy it. Keep those #2s coming. From Keen Spot Entertainment, we have Robot Plus Girl, #2. We have another #2, Scale Trade from Magma Comics. Here's your reminder for this book as well. Keeping them going. We have from Distillery Media, Spectrograph, #2, cover A. Remember, these in the prestige format, basically a large magazine size, and the picture you see is a wraparound cover. A #1. Wow, we're back on track. Okay. Scout Comics and Chispa bring you 13 Origins. Gila Girl, #1. #2. Okay, it's okay. It's a TMNT. We're going to allow a pass on this one. The TMNT, black, white, and green, #2. You like #1, which I'm sure you did. You want to order #2, which I'm sure you do. Go right ahead and do it. The Witcher, Corvo Bianco, #2. Reminder time. If you liked 1 and want 2, there, get it. A new book from Dark Horse called The Writer. It's fun. I always have to make sure I read the book, because if you notice up here it says Writer #1. No, it's The Writer. They don't. Whoever does the typing doesn't get 100% right. So, sorry. There's a lot of books every single week. We got to cut them some slack, you know. But still, The Writer #1 from Dark Horse. You want to check it out? Make sure you order it. And then at the last comic, we have XO Manowar Invictus #2 from Valiant Comics. If you liked #1 and you want to order #2, go right ahead. I have one other tab open here. It is a novel, which I know normally I don't talk about the books, but I do look at them each week. And there's a lot of people that love the Star Wars novels. Now, what is or isn't canon, I can't tell you. But this is Star Wars: The High Republic, Temptation of the Force by Tessa Gratton. Now, this is a $30 book, but it is a hardcover. I don't remember if I saw a softcover available, but if you are somebody who really loves the Star Wars novels, which there are a lot of you, and you want to add the next one coming out to your pull list, this is a great opportunity to do it. That rounds out the pull list, and I am back. All right, guys. I want to thank you so much for checking this out a little bit later in the day than normal. I had to work this morning, so I didn't get a chance to do it the way I wanted to. So as soon as I got home, got changed, got in here, recorded, and uploaded it. And now I've got to get a poll box ready for our Patreon meetup for tonight. Patreon and YouTube member meetup. So if you are a member of either one, I believe I have all the Patreon members. The link for the meetup is on the page. And to the non-free members, I'm sorry, and I've already sent it out to Tiago. I know that Meatwad #1 said that he doesn't have the ability to do it right now, but if he does later on, I get him the link. You still have time if you join up before tonight. I can send you the link, or you'll see it if you join up on Patreon as well. And tonight we're going to be reinstituting Greg's favorite. I have a poll box. And anybody in the list in the room, we're going to have about an hour just talking with each other, just hanging out like a bunch of comic book friends. And everybody's going to get a chance to pull a couple comic books out of my collection and try to do this every single month. And then like once every 3 months, I'll send them out to you. I'll ship them out to you guys as a way of saying thank you for continuing to support the channel. And thank you for helping decrease my inventory. Again, it's no additional cost. It's just $3 a month to get you a whole bunch of stuff and some free comics along the way. Why not? I don't make money on this channel, people. I lose a ton of it. I don't care. I'm having fun. All right, guys. I want to say thank you for joining. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, click on those notifications so you know when more videos are dropping. Join us, become a member on YouTube or on Patreon/Team Ohana. Really appreciate your support. Help cover the cost of some of the shipping of all the books that I send out to you guys. In the meantime, though, until I see you in the next video.